If you guys are looking to improve your mechanics and IQ in Fortnite, then you guys came to the right place. In this video, I grabbed a couple clips from FaZe Mongraal's YouTube channel to showcase the best ways to box fight and overall build fight in Fortnite right now. This is going to be a very fast-paced video. I'm going to be trying to list off as many tips as possible with the clip that's given. 80% of people that watch my YouTube videos are not subscribed to my channel, so if you guys can hit that like button and the sub button for the one time, I would greatly appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get started. First thing Mongraal does is he catches this guy off guard by sneaking up to him very quietly and patiently. Next thing he does once he attacks him, he instantly starts going for piece control, and then from there he does a Mongraal classic because the guy is not expecting him to box fight him so quickly. Always do a Mongraal classic instead of a cone slide whenever the guy is not expecting you to start box fighting him right away. When you catch someone off guard like this is the best time to do that. He always has his shotgun or AR ready to go, and he's a shoot first then build and piece control type of player. Notice here how he gets a quick shot, builds right away with almost no time to spare, and gets nice piece control on this player and kills him. Notice here how he backs up as that guy is coming around the right hand peak so that guy has the smallest angle possible to get a shot on. A constant theme in his game is that he's using his environment to protect him and get good shots on people. Mongraal is baiting this player to open up his edit because the second he does, he knows that he's completely protected the entire time. As you see here, the second he opens up, he places a wall right away because that guy is not going to be able to place a wall and shoot. This then gives Mongraal the upper hand. Even on this stair on his box fight, he's constantly hugging the left wall so he has a right hand peek. This makes it so he's a very hard target to hit. I talked about this move in a lot of other videos, but this is a very protective way of taking shots. Once you edit that stair backwards, you then have a right hand peek which you can constantly move in and out like a snake action and get quick fast shots on them without them seeing you. A mistake that so many people make, especially more so if you're on controller, is the simple fact that if you have a submachine gun or some sort of spray, whether it's your AR or a Tommy gun, you waste the entire thing on blind fire spraying into the guy's wall just praying that he opens it back up for you. What Mongraal does is that he uses it so that if the guy opens up, he's going to take shots and then he can replace the second it breaks. He never wastes his entire meg on one wall just by blind fire spraying into it. I've talked about this tip on TikTok lots of times. Whenever you're trying to box fight someone from the top, the best thing to do is to break multiple walls at once so they have no idea where you're attacking from. As you can see here, Mongraal is getting multiple walls weak before dropping down on one that he's committing to. This guy gets away, but it might look like a normal build fight to you, but for Mongraal, it's not. I can guarantee you right now, because I play this game so much, that Mongraal has been in this situation so many times. Every time someone goes and runs away, he shoots them, cones them, runs around, goes underneath the stair, and then exploits into their box. I bet you that's something that he does multiple times whenever someone's running away from him. The best thing to do is to use piece control and stop players from moving so you can exploit into their box once they're weak. It's really important to remember the fastest way possible to end a 1v1 situation so you can replicate that over and over and over so it builds muscle memory and you can kill people really fast. He doesn't play around at all because the second he lasered this kid, he instantly went to his box, and the second he landed, he boxed up in an entirely new box as well and covered all the areas where he might get third party. This is something for a completely separate video, but creating this little arena for yourself to box fight someone is actually really useful, and a lot of pros do this. This is because it prevents third parties, and especially when you build out a hard mat, it's going to be really hard to break the wall from far away in third party like that. A lot of times if you're in a cash cup or some sort of event, the second you axe their wall, they're going to anticipate that and hit you with a shotgun shot. He's never too greedy to try and get two axes on a wall at once. This makes for a 1000 IQ play, and he gets a nice pre-fire shot as he resets his edit to make sure he doesn't take any damage. From there, this is as simple as a Mongraal classic, and he gets a nice quick kill. So the tip from this one is to create an entire new box so you don't get third partied. Make sure you're building out a hard mat, and if you're ever box fighting someone in any sort of game like this, hit the wall once and see what happens. A lot of things I see people not doing is using this tack to their advantage. This tack allows you to reload relatively fast and holds a lot of bullets into it. It breaks walls very efficiently and is almost used like a pickaxe whenever a pro is using it. Even with the normal tack, a lot of pros are shooting the walls and then axing because a lot of times, especially on a wood wall, if it's weak, you can hit it once with a tack and then axe it and it will break almost instantly. You guys should really get familiar with the damages that these shotguns do to walls. That way, if anyone edited on you with your shotgun out, you would be able to shoot them back rather than with a pickaxe. A cheeky way of getting damage on someone is, even though Mongraal has the right hand peek here, so does the guy with the window edit. Since he doesn't want to risk taking damage, what he does is he pre-fires just in case that guy exposes himself a little too much and then resets his edit really quickly so the guy has no chance to shoot him. Just be careful with this move because you need to be able to pull it off quickly. When he went into this box, this fight got a little awkward, and you can tell because the build was not placing right away. Both people kept their cool, and this guy was ready for Mongraal to edit down on him, but Mongraal knew that. So what he did was he played it smart and slow, and he backed up and made an edit so that when he released it, he would have right hand peek the entire time. The guy managed to squirm away, and then they went into an entire new box fight. Being able to track where your enemy is while you're box fighting and build fighting them is really important. Mongraal noticed that this guy was in the center of a floor with no cone on it, so he uses his own cone to place it through his box, break the floor, and then get a quick kill. He's not just blindly following this guy's trail, he's trying to make sure he doesn't get third-partied in the process. He's running below builds and behind builds so that way there's no way that someone's gonna third-party him. As he runs through this guy's box, you can see the move here that I'm talking about. He's using his shotgun to take the wall so that he doesn't have to take his pickaxe out and risk taking damage. Once he takes the wall, he does a cone slide instead of a Mongraal classic because the guy is expecting him to edit. From here, it's as simple as just hitting your shot. Really quickly, you guys might think that he's overbuilding, but he's really just protecting himself so that he doesn't get third party and picks up a nice clean kill with this peanut butter edit. The only reason this happened so quickly on your screen is because he practiced it a million times over. He knew exactly what he was doing just before he even did the move. This is the main reason why so many people are getting good at the game, because they're predicting things before they actually happen, and they're running the scenario in their head, so that way when they pull it off, it looks really clean and really fast. But keep in mind, they've been doing it over and over and over. I'm sure if I slow this down for you, you guys would be able to do the same thing, just not as fast. Now, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure Mongraal was the one that created this crouch spam meta that gets shotgun shots off so you're a harder target. If anything, he's one of the people that really made it popular. Whenever he's trying to shoot an AR and beam someone, or he's shooting a shotgun shot, he's always crouching and uncrouching so he can get this awkward movement. He's constantly hiding behind walls and hiding behind natural stuff in the environment to use to his advantage so that he can get right hand peek or take the guy off guard by coming back out really quickly. He never fully commits to a situation where he doesn't have mats so he can't protect himself. As you see here, he's not running right at the guy and full sending it. He's constantly hitting him for small shots but consistent shots while he's not taking that much damage himself. You can see here the guy that he was fighting literally gave up and just said, screw it, I'm gonna spray with my AR, and then he full sent it, and look what happened. If he would have constantly tried to protect himself like Mongraal was doing, it would have been a cleaner fight. All these pros are constantly using different tactics to take walls protectively and as well as take shots protectively. If you guys want a link to a video like that, it's gonna be in the top right hand corner. The second he has piece control over the stair, you can see how quickly he turns it into a protected peek shot. That way if the guy opens it back up to take it, then he would get a shot on him. This is something that a lot of people do whenever they're in box fights. When someone takes your wall, they get greedy and they want it back. So when you take it really quick from them and it's weak, they're gonna want to take it back because it's also weak. So with that in mind, you can use that to box fight your opponents and get damage on them when they're not expecting it. You can see how Mongraal knows this so well because he did it so quick. He was expecting that guy to do that. Throughout this entire fight, he was constantly putting pressure on him and forcing this guy to not be able to met up unless he wanted to have his walls exposed. You can see here, even as he's being clunky and jumping over stuff, he's still finding the time to put pressure on this guy's wall so he can't heal up. That's something that's extremely important and every pro does. Constant pressure throughout the entire time. Depending on the lobby that you're in, the servers might be really laggy more often than not, so trying to axe someone's wall and not replacing it while they're focused on something else might actually be able to get you a free kill. Even though he dropped down with no mats, he aimed down sights, which a lot of people probably wouldn't do. When you're in an end game like this and you have no mats and you need to hit heavy shots, it's better to aim down because you'll get more damage that way. Just don't forget that. This is the most underrated box fight tip I could ever give to anyone. If you're ever in a situation where you get shot or you take a lot of damage, either from a third party or the guy you're versing, you need to box up and heal with the heals that you have. If you have nothing, then it's a different story. But if you're in a situation where you have heals and you're not using them and you're being greedy and selfish to yourself, then more than likely you're giving yourself a bigger chance to fail. You should go box and heal up just like Mongraal does in this situation. He doesn't get too antsy to get this kill because he knows that he's gonna get this kill later on after he heals up. Just remember, if you take damage, heal up first and then go back into the fight. This goes for duos, solos, trios, and squads as well. The second Mongraal shoots this guy, he's trying to wall replace right away. This is the fastest way to get a kill. Notice how he's using his Tommy gun, and the second the wall breaks, he tries to take it. He's not just blind fire spraying. Once they fall down and they drop, he uses his Tommy gun again to keep pressure on the guy so that he doesn't have time to heal. The second this happens, he exploits in the box and gets another quick kill. Good practice to whenever you're dropping down on someone's box is to fake them out by placing a stair in a place you're not going to actually land on. As you see here, Mongraal places a stair this direction and then goes the other way. This is going to fake the guy out and confuse the guy inside the box. I'm really trying to emphasize the fact that these tips aren't bogus, and that if you really learn these tips and you understand them at a high level, you'll be really good at the game. You might have to watch the video more than once to understand them completely, but just keep that in mind. If you guys have any further questions questions regarding this or anything else you would like to talk about, feel free to come through on my Discord, as I have PC related questions and Fortnite related questions that you guys can ask me anything you would like. We also discuss tips and tricks on my Twitch channel as well, so if you guys want to contribute to the conversation, feel free to hop in for the one time, as the link will be in the description. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and a solid night. I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces. Peace.